Hey guys, Len here. I want to share with you this beautiful Northern Pike. And what I want to do is show you how to clean this fish and eliminate the Y bones. You know, the Y bones are one of the reasons that people don't harvest the Northern Pike for food. They're a great sport fish. They're hard fighters. This one came in at 30 inches just to verify. So this is a real nice one, and this is a really good example of one that's going to feed your whole family. A lot of people are concerned that there's a lot of waste when you cut around the Y bones. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's a little bit putsy, but I believe that once you learn how to do this, this will become your favorite fish to eat, as it is mine. So if you want to come in closely and kind of zoom in on the fish here, the first thing that you want to do is you want to stand the fish up on its belly, as I have it here, the best you can. Now the bigger the fish is, the easier that's going to be. But what I want to do is right behind the head, I want to take my fillet, I want to take my fillet knife right behind the skull, and I'm going to cut through the skin, all the way down to the spine, all the way down to the backbone. And you will feel the knife reach the backbone. Okay? Then you're going to come back to the dorsal fin, right in front of the dorsal fin. I'm going to stand this up, and I'm going to again cut straight down until I reach the backbone. And your knife will stop. Your knife is going to stop once you get there. Now, once I'm here, I have to turn my knife, and this kind of reminds me of backstrap. You know, the way I'm doing this. Now you have to be kind of careful here. I'm not, you have to be careful with your knife. Fillet knife is very sharp. And I'm just going to get under here. Once I can get in the width of the blade, I'm just going to work my fingers in here and start to cut up. And you can hear it coming. You can hear me getting through right here. Can you come zoom in here? Here you can see I'm right down to the backbone. And what you see here, the lines on either side, these are the Y bones right here. This is the spine, and then these are the Y bones. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get this big back strap off of this chonky monster, this big old alligator who gave his life to feed my family with some fish tacos this Tuesday night, and to put a giant smile on me and my little boy's face. So, this becomes your first fillet, right there. Okay? So now, again, we have the spine coming down, and we have the Y bones coming down here. Now, the bigger the fish is, even if you do a normal fillet, the bigger the fish is, the less Y bones that you have to endure, because they only go back to about the rib cage. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to feel along where these Y bones are, and I'm just going to make a cut outside of them until I can feel the rib cage with the tip of my knife. Just cutting down. And I'm going to do the same on both sides until I feel that rib cage. And you'll feel those Y bones on your fingernails as you're kind of making this separation slice here. Okay. I'm just going to lay the fish on its side. And now I'm going to kind of fillet this part as normal. I'm going to come right behind the gill, and I'm going to cut right down behind this pectoral fin here. I caught this fish tonight. I was fishing, I was using, okay, so then my next cut, I'm going to come right back to the front of the dorsal fin and cut right here. So I was using a 9-inch jerk bait that was black and gold in color. That my dad had this lure growing up. We called it the eyes. My dad, when we would go up to Canada fishing, he would say, "Give me the eyes," and that meant he was going to get serious about catching northern. So I got a 9-inch version of the eyes, and that is what this 30-incher, which my daughter Chloe, who's behind the camera tonight, has affectionately named Alexander. So Alexander the Great here. So what I'm doing is I'm just carefully cutting down to the rib cage. Again, am I wasting a lot of meat? That's always the question with this technique. How much meat are you wasting? You're not wasting that much. It's stuff you're going to be spitting into a napkin anyways if you don't, if you leave the Y bones in there. And let's just face it, see there they are right there. There's those Y bones right there where it kind of cut in on the wrong side of them. There's another one. So look, this is stuff that your family's going to be spitting into a napkin anyways if they eat them. So now I've got that separated. I'm down to the rib cage. And now I'm just going to gently cut back, waste as little of this meat as possible, because I'm telling you, northern is delicious. It is, some people love the walleye. I'm a big fan of the walleye. But man, I love me some northern, man. I cannot get enough of it. And the thing is, when you learn to fillet a fish like this, then you'll find your keeping size reduces. You know, in Wisconsin, there's no size limit. There is no size limit on Northern Pike. You can catch every hammer handle you put in the boat if you want to. So, look at that. Look at all that meat. You're telling me this is waste? This little chunk here, this little chunk that runs all along the spine, this is all you're losing, and that's all those Y bones. So yeah, you're just not losing enough fish to lose sleep over, especially with a fish this daggum big. And this is a nice fish, guys. Look at this beautiful fillet coming off of him. We're just gonna keep taking our time, cut nice and careful till we get right down into the stomach area. And we don't want that silver skin in there. So I'm just gonna cut right here along this membrane. I'm gonna kind of stand my fish back up. So much for that. And I'm just gonna cut it off. Right here. There you go. Fillet number 2. Look at that. That is a good amount of meat right there. Are you losing a little bit? Yeah, a little. But again, that's stuff that you're going to be choking into a napkin anyways. And then with the tail piece, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get right down here, open this guy up, and just do my best to follow that backbone all the way down. Might need to sharpen my knives a little. So look at that. That is 3 of the 5 fillets I'm going to get off of this fish. And look, there is nothing wasted here. I guess I did lose a little bit on the tail here, but on this much fish, guys, this is enough. I have a family of 4, and we are all going to eat really well. So now, come to the other side here, and repeat. I'm going to cut down here, right behind the gills, get through that little tough piece of skin. It's a really good idea, if you're cleaning a lot of fish, get one of these little sharpeners. Any hardware store has them for like $3. And you can just sharpen as you go, and when you're done, you throw it in the dishwasher. So cut down there. I'm going to come down here, and I already started this cut here in front of the Y bones. Again, I'm going between the Y bones and the skin, and I'm going right down till I feel the rib cage. Now Chloe, who is behind the camera, has had this fish, right? Did you have some last time? I can't remember. I know there was you, me, Mama, Abby, and Evan all ate this fish. And Mama was the only one that found a bone. And it was a fragment of a Y bone. It wasn't even a whole Y bone here. So I'm just trying to get this nice and close down to the rib cage. See, there they are. I don't know how well you can see that, but those are those Y bones right there. That's what we got to get rid of. And it just changes the experience of eating this fish. Now, when you're done with this fish, you can bake it. You can wrap it in tin foil, throw it on the grill, and you can grill it. What I like to do is I like to roll them in flour, get a little egg wash going, then put it in some panko breadcrumbs. We don't want that. We do not want too much of that silver skin from the stomach membrane in there. And look at that. And there is your fillet. We got to get around those fins. We don't want anything to do with the bones around those fins right there. Right there. Fillet number 3. Then we're going to come back here to the tail. We're just going to wrap up and finish up this tail on this beautiful Wisconsin Great Northern Pike. And I'm gonna take a little bit more care with this one. I'm gonna get right in here, right along that dorsal fin there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. We'll cut away from those Y bones. Tell me I waste meat. Look at that. If you're wondering what a fish skeleton looks like, now you know. And there is fillet number 5. So you end up with 5 beautiful fillets with no bones. 2 beautiful tail pieces, 2 sides, and then this beauty off the back. And that 7-pound fish is what this thing weighed. 7.5 pounds when we weighed it in the boat. We now have about probably 2.5 pounds of beautiful fillets, plenty to feed a family for. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments or tips, leave those in comments below, and we'll see you next time.